Hi, I'm Dr. Boyd, and this is Trevor Beckes, the General Manager here at Dr. Boyd's Pet Resort.
How you doing?
Today we have a behavior question from Ashley. And Ashley wants to know, what's the best way to get my puppy to come to me at Dog Beach or any crowd of dogs? And specifically, this is a puppy.
Cool. First things first, they have to understand the word come. If you're trying to, yell at your dog at Dog Beach, buddy come, buddy come, buddy come, and they don't understand come, there's no way they're going to come to you. So we have to have them understand the word come.
Yeah, and a little time out here. It's a puppy at Dog Beach, so I got a little concern there. So the puppies, let's not take puppies to dog-dense areas, dog parks or Dog Beach,
For sure.
until they're fully vaccinated, which is typically about 4 months of age.
100%.
And if you want to go earlier, that's okay, but not in a dog-dense area. Go to a part of Dog Beach where there aren't any dogs, or a time of day where there aren't any other dogs, and let your dog move around, so that you don't have to be worried, first of all, about these behavior corrections and these verbal command control. Which, I can go to Dog Beach a lot. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 dogs that have excellent verbal control in my entire life at Dog Beach. How come?
Consistency, and that those owners have put in a lot of work. Those dogs truly know what all those commands that their owners are shouting, barking, just it's conveying to the dog. They truly understand what those words mean.
If I was a trainer, a professional trainer like you, I'd be frustrated to go to a place where it's dog dense, like Dog Beach, and to see that maybe 2 dogs in the history of Dog Beach have had great verbal control. And we always talk about how to get your dog to come off leash, how do you get your dog to respond, how do you get to respond to the word no or to come. And there are very, very few of us who have that level of control.
For sure. And at Dog Beach, kind of a little bit different ball game than your backyard or something. All the stimulation, other dogs, new smells, new people, whatever it might be. But regardless of the situation, especially when training the dog, those are all good distractions, and with the proper tools, I can still 100% guarantee your dog will come, and it will teach your dog to associate my verbal command of come to me regardless of the outside situation.
That's great. That's great. So if the puppy's old enough, it's had its vaccinations, it's had some training, and at the point at which it's had enough training to where there's some associations with that word and your requests or demands of the dog, at that point you take it into the public area. At that point you go to Dog Beach where there's other dogs around, where you need to have that control.
Right.
Until then, I'd emphasize, don't do it.
Right.
It's a formula for failure.
Yeah, and there's other arenas where you can still be around dogs and other stimulation, but in a much more controlled environment, like a daycare or like a group class,
right.
Where we know all the other dogs, owners involved in the situation, in the environment, to set your dog up for success.
So let's say Ashley's doing some of those things to set herself up for success, so that her puppy knows the word come and then responds to her. What are some of those tools? As granted, you talked about classes and socialization and daycare. What specifically can she do to help her dog learn to come when it's 15, 20 feet away?
So the biggest thing, we have to guarantee that. We have to guarantee that. So consistency, like we've talked about in some of these other behavioral conversations. So consistency, and the only way that we can 100% guarantee that your dog will come every time is being on leash. And how often are you only 4 feet away from your dog and you need your dog to come? Not very often.
It's always 15, 20 feet or more.
Exactly. So
how do you get them from
the way that we can recreate that is with a lunge line. These are traditionally made for horses, in arenas, but we use them for dogs. I can guarantee that my dog's going to be 20 feet away from me and reel my dog in every time. I can have them go off, and I can even stray away, and they don't even know I'm gone, and then buddy come, and I start reeling him in every time, guaranteed, 100% he'll come to me. And a big part of come at the end, make sure they sit. You want to get them focused. You don't want them all running around you. That doesn't create anything. You want them controlled to sit. So it's the whole command of come is get them to stop doing what they're doing, to come to you, and to sit at your attention.
And it's okay to give some sort of reinforcements or treats when they come.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Praise them up. It's going to
Yeah.
even be better for them.
Right.
You know, if you can, you know, you can even have you perk it up a little bit. You know, buddy, come, get them excited to kind of come to you, and they're going to come. They're going to run at you. You know, and you know, make it almost a game. Make it exciting to come to you rather than I want to continue smelling what I'm smelling or continue doing what I'm doing. You know, that make it benefit them, make it rewarding for them as well. You know, not just a chore.
It seems that all of these training questions and training issues that come up all sort of seem to focus around setting yourself up for success, allowing the dog to understand the request or demand, have set them up so they already know what to do, rather than out in public yelling their name and whistling and doing whatever people do.
Yeah, you kind of want to start with a real easy setting and then slowly incorporate the stimulations. You know, because if we can have that gentle or that underlying understanding of sit, come, whatever it might be, those easy ones, and then we start adding in the ball.
So don't start at dog beach. Don't start at dog beach and try to get your puppy to come, or your adult dog.
Right.
Start somewhere controlled, quiet, maybe it's just you and your dog, and then gradually get more distractions and more stimuli around. And the leash correction, or the leash pulling of the dog into you, reeling them in, is I don't see that as a negative. Yet many people will say that anytime you correct the leash, that's negative and should not be done. Is there a place for a certain amount of negative or leash correction?
Is there
a place for it?
Yeah, for sure.
Of course.
Most definitely.
It sounds like an obvious question.
Yeah.
But when you hear people say only positive reinforcement training, is that even possible? Only positive.
I'm sure it's possible. I'm not going to try to challenge any of these positive reinforcement results. It's going to take a long time to get there, and I think I can get just as great results. And I know that my dogs love my training because, like I've said before, it's high praise, extremely high praise. You know, it's a split second of negative and then minutes of high praise. I mean, they don't even remember this split second correction. It's so small, and they're not even associating. They're trying to associate it to what I just did. What did I just do? So they bark and that happened. So they're going, my bark created that correction. Not I got corrected by you.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to link that association. So as long as you're doing high praise, I think the form of minor negative correction is the best.
Yeah, there has to be some minor negative because the dog clearly doesn't want to come to me at that point. I have to pull them in.
Right.
There's nothing dangerous about it or inappropriate about it, and it's a way to look. The dogs really want to bond with us, right? They're social animals. They want to. So we just need to set them up for it. We need to spend the appropriate time in training before we go out into public.
Most definitely.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.